So the chapter name is motion in a plane. Third chapter, motion in a plane. Aaron എല്ലാ എക്സ്ട്രാ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസുകളെല്ലാം അയച്ചെന്നോ കേട്ടോ. ആരോൺ കേട്ടല്ലോ, എക്സ്ട്രാ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ. മോഷൻ ഇൻ എ പ്ലെയിൻ, ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ദ തേർഡ് ചാപ്റ്റർ. So what do you mean by motion in a plane? Motion in a straight line we have studied. This is motion in a plane. Motion in a straight line means there is a straight road. Motion in a straight line means, it is the second chapter, means that there is a straight road. The object may be moving either forward or backward along a line. That is motion along a line. But this chapter is dealing with the motion in a plane. Surface. Plane means surface. So for example, a body moving along a circle like this, is it motion along a line? If a body moving along a circle or a part of a circle, is it motion along a line? No. It is said to be motion in a plane. Plane means, understood, this is plane surface, right? This is a plane surface. The body is moving along a plane surface, right? Not in a line. I mean this circle, this circle lying on a plane, understood? The circle, entire circle lying on a plane. Another example is if you throw a body, projectile motion, said to be projectile motion. The body will be moving like this. If you throw a body making some angle, will it be a motion along a straight line? No, it is not motion along a straight line. It is motion in a plane. Because look at that path. I can draw a plane like this, understood? The entire path lying on this plane surface, right? Vertical plane is drawn. A vertical plane is drawn. So these two types of motion are there in our syllabus. In this chapter we will learn these two types of motion basically. With this type of motion is a body is projected making some angle with the ground. This is said to be projectile motion. It is there in our syllabus, belongs to motion in a plane. And another one is motion along a circle. These two are there in this chapter. And also we will learn some introduction to vector, but I will teach you vector later. For the time being, vector is not required, but definitely I will teach you vector. It actually in mathematics you will learn it. Vector you will learn in mathematics also. So let me begin with this projectile motion. The most of the question will be from projectile motion and circular motion. We will just learn the introduction part of vector only. Okay, so let me begin with this type of motion, projectile motion. Vector, at the end I will teach you vector. Okay, so more definition is not required for us. Definition is not required. There are two types of motion in our syllabus. The first one is projectile motion. Projectile motion. All of you please listen. Everyone join. Deva, Aryan, Fadil, Raj, Shivani, Rakshana. Okay. So I begin with the projectile motion. The derivation is there. In our syllabus. There is a lot of derivations involving sin theta and cos theta. Sin theta and cos theta you will learn in maths. It is required. Derivation is there in our syllabus. So the projectile motion is, I will explain. Let me draw x-axis and y-axis. I will interact with you. Definitely I will interact with you. But let me explain a few important points. After that I will interact with you. Let it be x-axis. This x-axis lying on the ground. This is the vertical axis representing height of the body. There is a body which is initially, it is at the origin. There is a body at the origin. If the body is projected, for example a football, there is a football which is at the origin. This is a football. It is lying on the ground. It is at the origin. If I hit this football, what happens? Making some angle, the path of the football will be like this. You agree with me? This will be the path of the football. Is it correct? You please respond. Fadil, Rakshana. Okay. This will be the path of the ball. Is it correct? Or if I throw a stone, I have a stone, I throw the stone making some angle with the ground, the path of the stone will be like this. Understood? Okay. So this type of motion, this is not motion along a line, it is motion in a plane. I can draw a plane surface which containing this curve. So there are two important things is, one is at what speed I am throwing the stone. I am throwing a stone, thing like that. There are two important things which describe this motion. One is at what speed I am throwing the stone. The initial speed, I am talking about the initial speed. The initial speed is important, understood? The more distance it will travel, or more height it will travel. So u has a role, and theta has a role. Theta means it is the angle between the projectile, the angle between u and the x-axis, that's all. Theta is the angle of projection. So the two things is necessary for describing this type of motion. One is initial velocity, one is initial speed. Let me say initial speed, let it be u. Initial speed of the projection, understood? Initial speed u, it is also said to be the speed of the projection. Initial speed of the projection, no problem. And theta, it is said to be angle of projection. Angle of projection is equal to theta. This u and theta is necessary for deriving all the formulas. We will derive three formula. One is the horizontal distance covered by the body. If I throw a stone, or during long jump, think about the long jump. This horizontal distance is very important in the case of long jump, right? The person will be jumping like this, making some angle theta with the ground. So in that case, this horizontal distance plays very important role. We will derive the formula for this horizontal distance. And the height, I will derive the formula for this height, which is said to be maximum height. This one is said to be maximum height. I will derive. And one more thing is the time of flight. Understood? How long the body takes to travel. How long the body take time to reach this final point. Stone, this is the initial point, this is the final point. How long the body take the time to travel. So the three formulas I am going to derive. So u and theta, you understood. Till this step, if you are okay, please raise your hand. And if you are able to switch on the camera, you please do it. If there is no network related problem, you can switch on the camera. So till this step, if you are okay, please raise your hand. Projectile motion. Please raise your hand. Aaron understood. Raj, Rakshana, Deva, Aryan understood. Shivani clear. Okay. So the three important terms I am going to derive. The derivation is there in our syllabus. Also there will be numerical questions based on the formula. So the first thing is I want to derive the before deriving these points like horizontal distance, maximum height, etc. There are a few more points you have to understand. Okay, a few more points you have to understand. There is a lot of mathematics involved in the derivation. If you don't understand anything, you please ask me. There is a lot of maths involved in the derivation. All of you please listen. A body, initial speed of the body is u. Understood? Initial speed of the body is u. The body is moving like this along this path. Understood? The body is moving along this path. You understood that? What is this? This is the ground. Understood? This one is the ground. The body is moving along this path, and this one is ground. If the body moving like this, you can think about the shadow. Understood? Okay. The shadow will be also, shadow will be moving along the ground. Understood? If the body is moving like this, its shadow will be there, right? The body will have a shadow on the ground. The shadow will be moving in this way. Is it correct? Yes. So what will be the speed of the shadow? If the body is moving along the path, the shadow of the body will be appeared on the ground. Is it correct? The shadow will be moving. If the body is moving, definitely the shadow will be moving. The speed of the shadow, that is what I am going to explain. This is said to be the horizontal component of u, the initial speed of the shadow. The shadow is actually moving along the ground. The initial speed of the shadow we can find using some trigonometry. I will explain everything from A to Z, otherwise you cannot understand the concept. So what I am saying is, if the body is moving like this, at what speed the shadow is moving? At what speed the shadow on the ground moving? We can find it by using simple trigonometry. Actually, you studied in trigonometry in 10th standard. That is sufficient to answer this. The body has initial speed u. Understood? The body has initial speed u. Meaning that in 1 second the body will cover this much displacement, right? In 1 second the body will cover this much displacement. The shadow will be travel how much distance then during that time? If the body in 1 second the body travel u meter, its shadow cover how much distance at that interval? This much distance. In 1 second the shadow will cover this much distance. U is the actual speed of the body. I am talking about the speed of the shadow. So in 1 second the shadow will travel this much distance. Using trigonometry I am going to explain that. This angle is theta, right? Theta. If you are not able to see, you can zoom it. You can zoom it. This is what is this? Let me give some name for the time being. ABC. Okay, let me give some name. Let me write this one. After that you can ask me doubt. Let me explain some 2 or 3 points. After that I will interact with you. You can ask me doubt. Okay. So what is cos theta? Anybody? Looking at you please zoom it if you are not able to see it. Looking at the diagram, what is cos theta? Anybody?
So cos theta is AC by BC by AC.
Yes. BC by AC. AC is U, right? AC is U. You agree with me? Understood. Clear. You studied in 10th standard, right? Cos theta equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. Everyone studied that in 10th standard. Adjacent side by hypotenuse. So BC is the distance traveled by the shadow in 1 second. BC is the distance traveled by the shadow in 1 second. Just do the cross multiplication, u cos theta. BC is actually the speed of the shadow, initial speed of the shadow. Let us denote by ux. The symbol is ux. Ux is what? U means initial speed, x means in x direction, in a ground, along the ground. In x direction the shadow will have the initial speed BC. In x direction the shadow will have the initial speed u cos theta. It is very, very important. Whatever thing I put it in a box, you must memorize this. All these are required. If I don't explain this, you will not get any idea. That is why I am deriving everything from A to Z. Okay. So ux is the initial speed of the shadow. If I don't talk about shadow, you cannot understand anything. If the body is moving, the shadow will be moving. The shadow on the ground will be moving parallelly. So its speed will be, initial speed is denoted by ux. Ux is what? Using trigonometry, I got it as u cos theta. All of you clear? Ux, have you understood Ux? Please respond. Aryan.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Till this step, if you are okay, I will interact with you like this. Till this step, if you are 100% clear, and return. Please raise your hand. And if you don't understand, Shivani, if you don't understand anything, please ask me doubt. Okay? Aaron, Devasri, Fa.
How sir?
Ah, tell.
BC
Ah,
X. BC is as UX.
BC. It is just a symbol actually. It is just a symbol. BC is what? It is the distance covered by the shadow in 1 second, right? The shadow is moving. So BC is the initial speed. Initial speed of the shadow. That is denoted by UX. U stands for the initial speed. U stands for the initial speed. X stands for X direction. X stands for X direction. So initial speed in X direction. Understood? Initial speed in X direction. U cos theta. And remember, I think everyone is okay. Now regarding AB, what is sin theta here? Please, you have to respond. What is sin theta here?
Sir, AB by AC.
AB by AC, correct. Sin theta is the opposite side by adjacent side, right? 1 minute, let me highlight it. I want to highlight it. AC has a meaning. I will explain after writing the formula. Sin theta equal to opposite side is AB. Hypotenuse is U. So AB equal to cross multiplication gives AB equal to U sin theta. AB equal to U sin theta. AB is the vertical distance covered in 1 second. Can I explain like that? BA is what? BA. As the body is moving like this, the height is increasing, right? As the body is moving in this direction, not only the shadow is moving, but also parallelly the height of the body above the ground is increasing, right? As the body is moving, the height is increasing, right? Like changing, right? Understood? So initially the speed at which the height is increasing, AB is that one. AB is the speed at which the height is increasing. As the body moving, is the height is increasing? Yes. So UY, AB is the speed at which the height is increasing. We can denote it by UY. UY means it is the initial speed at which height is increasing, or the speed in y direction. Let in simple language we say that the speed of the body in y direction. In y direction means the height is increasing, right? The height is increasing. At what speed the height is increasing? That is AB. In 1 second, the height is increased by U sin theta. So in simple language we can say that if the body is projected with the initial speed U, its component, the component of the speed along x direction, we can call it as the speed of the shadow. We can call it as the speed of the shadow. If a body is projected like this, the component of speed in the x direction will be U cos theta. The component of speed vertically means the height is increasing at what speed? The component of speed along y direction is denoted by Uy. The height is increasing. So Uy, I got U sin theta. You can zoom it, okay? You can zoom it. Let me write once again. Uy is equal to U sin theta. Okay. The height is increased at the speed. Understood? Initially the height is increased at the speed U sin theta. So all of you please write down till this step. This Ux and Uy are frequently used in the derivation. So you have to understand it well. The meaning of Ux and Uy you have to understand. Ux is the initial horizontal speed. Uy is the initial vertical speed. So all of you please write down. If you are 100% clear and written, you can raise your hand. Aaron, okay ആണല്ലോ അല്ലേ? Shivani, you please ask me if you have any doubt. Shivani,
Yes, sir.
Shivani, you can ask me doubt. Everyone is clear. Now, regarding acceleration, you see that the body, I mean shadow, let me say shadow. The shadow is moving horizontally, right? At the initial speed u cos theta. Will it have any acceleration? The shadow is moving along the ground. Will the shadow have any acceleration? There will not be acceleration. Why? Because the body is moving along this path. The body is moving along which path? The body is moving along this path. During the motion, does the body experience any kind of horizontal force? Is there any horizontal force that does the body experience? No. The body does not experience any horizontal force. If once I have thrown the body during the motion does not experience any kind of horizontal force. If there is wind, okay, if there is wind blowing in this horizontal direction, okay, the force is there. If there is no wind, the body does not experience any horizontal force, left or right, no horizontal force. Since there is no horizontal force, there is no horizontal acceleration. Because no force, no acceleration. You studied in 9th standard laws of motion. Because force equal to mass into acceleration. So no horizontal force. The body does not experience any kind of horizontal force. So no horizontal force means the body does not experience any kind of horizontal acceleration. So the shadow is moving horizontally, but the shadow will not have any acceleration because there is no any horizontal force, hence there is no any horizontal acceleration. So ax equal to 0. These are the fundamentals. You must memorize it. You have to understand and memorize. Okay, have you understood why ax is 0? All of you clear? All of you clear? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Shivani, Raj, Fadil, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Shivani, if you don't understand, you please ask me. Okay, understood. So no force, no acceleration. Simple logic, right? Now in the case of vertical motion, does the body during the motion does the body experience any vertical force? Yes, definitely. The body during the motion, the body experience a vertical force due to gravity, weight. There will be a force vertically, Fy. The earth attract the body. Understood? Earth attract the body. So the body vertically, the body experience a force. Vertical direction, the body experience a force. So in vertical direction, the body has acceleration. Whenever there is force, there will be acceleration. Because F equal to ma. Understood? F equal to ma. The body experience a downward force. Hence the body experience a downward acceleration. The body experience a downward acceleration. So definitely there will be Ay. Ay means the acceleration in along y direction. The acceleration along y direction, it is taken as minus g. Acceleration due to gravity. In vertical direction there is force. So in vertical direction there is acceleration. The acceleration in the vertical direction is simply acceleration due to gravity, denoted by minus g. So there is acceleration due to gravity, minus g. The negative sign is written because the direction is downward. The force is downward, acceleration is downward, hence negative sign is written. So the body's height is increasing, I mean in vertical direction. In vertical direction, the body has the initial speed u sin theta, but that speed is gradually decreases. in vertical direction, the speed is there initially, but it will be reduced because there is a negative acceleration. So Ay is minus g. You please memorize. These are the fundamentals in projectile motion. Ux is u cos theta, uy is u sin theta, ax is 0, no force in the horizontal direction, that is why ax 0. Ay is will be there because in vertical direction there is force, hence there is acceleration in vertical direction. Ay will be minus g. All of you please write down, draw, mark everything on the diagram. Mark everything on the diagram. Please write down, and if you don't understand, please ask. If you are 100% clear and written everything, 100% clear, then raise your hand. Aaron, Shivani, Aryan, Fadil, Rakshana. All of you clear? Everyone understood? Everyone understood? Okay. So the three formulas I want to derive. Okay, three formulas. It is there in textbook. The three formula. The one is time of flight. Time of flight. Capital letter T. What is time of flight? The meaning, the word itself says the meaning. Flight time, understood? Time of flight means how long the body take, how much time the body take for the motion. The motion is the body start from this point and stop the body here. Understood? This is the starting point, this is the final point. How long the body take for this motion. The time of flight. Understood? That I want to derive. So for that purpose, just 1 minute. Yes, time of flight I want to explain. We have studied that. All of you please listen. We have studied that. All of you please listen. Do you remember this formula? S equal to ut plus half at square? Please respond. Have you studied this formula? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
We studied this formula. The displacement, not distance, displacement. The displacement covered by the body equal to ut plus half at square. Understood? So I am going to study about the vertical motion. I mean, we can say vertical motion means there is a shadow in y-axis. Suppose there is a light coming in this direction. Let us imagine like that. Most of the students have a doubt about the vertical motion. Suppose there is a light in this direction. Definitely the body will have a shadow on y-axis. Understood? If the light is coming in this direction, the body will have a shadow on y-axis, right? If the body is moving like this, you can see that the shadow is also moving parallel to that. Once the body moving upward, the shadow on y-axis also moving up. If the body coming down, the shadow on y-axis also coming down. Thing like that. That is said to be vertical motion. If understood, if the light is coming in this direction, there will be shadow on y-axis. So I am talking about the motion of the shadow along y-axis. Okay, I am talking about the motion of the shadow along y-axis. Okay, anyway, S equal to ut plus half at square. I am talking about the displacement along y-axis. The displacement of the vertical shadow. Understood? The displacement along y-axis. If I put y here, Sy means the displacement covered along y-axis. If I put y here, suffix, I have to put y here also. Understood? Sy stands for the displacement along y-axis. The vertical shadow covered how much displacement? If the body is moving like this, is the shadow stationary? No, the shadow on y-axis will be moving parallel to that. So Sy stands for the distance covered by the vertical shadow. Understood? That is what I have meant. Sy means the displacement covered by the vertical shadow. So it is equal to uy t plus half a t square. Uy means the initial speed of the body in the vertical direction. That is uy. Ay means acceleration of the body in the vertical direction. Okay. I will explain. Let me derive the formula. After that you can ask me doubt. Okay. Let me derive the formula. After that you can ask me doubt. Okay. So all of you please listen. The body is starting from here. I will interact with you. Please listen. The body is moving like this. Understood? Finally reaches the ground. The body is moving like this. What happens to the vertical shadow? What happens to the vertical shadow? This is the y-axis. As the body is moving up, the shadow is also moving parallelly upward. Understood? As the body moving upward, the shadow along y-axis also moving up. As the body reaches the maximum point, the shadow also reaches the maximum point. After reaching the maximum point, the body is coming down. As a result, the shadow on y-axis also coming down. So initially the vertical shadow going up reaches the maximum value, and find then the body coming down. This motion, I am talking about this vertical motion. The motion of the shadow I am talking about. The initial position of the vertical shadow is this one. This is the initial position of the vertical shadow, and this is the final position of the vertical shadow. Finally, the shadow will be in the same position, right? So, during this motion, the time taken for this entire motion is t, capital letter T. As the body moving like this, what happens to the shadow? The shadow going up and going down. The time taken by the body to reach the same point will be the time of flight. I will definitely interact with you and clarify all your doubt. But let me explain some 2 or 3 steps. Okay. So this is the initial position, and moving up and moving down, and this is the final position. What is the net displacement vertical? The initial point and final point coincides. Initial point and final point coincides. The net vertical displacement will be 0. Not distance. I am not talking about distance. I am talking about displacement. The vertical shadow starting from this point, moving up and then moving down. Finally, this is the final position. Initial and final position coincides during time of flight. During time of flight. The net displacement covered by the body during the motion will be 0. Uy. Uy is the initial speed of the vertical shadow. Uy I have already discussed, derived. Uy is u sin theta. What is uy? U sin theta. I will repeat if you have any doubt, but let me complete it. Let me complete it. After that, whichever step you have a doubt, I will definitely explain. Uy is u sin theta. I have already discussed. T is the time taken for the entire journey. Entire journey means moving up and then moving down. This entire process takes place during the time of flight. So the total time taken for the entire journey will be capital letter T. So the small letter t is nothing but capital letter T. During time of flight, the initial point and final point of the vertical shadow coincides. Plus half into Ay. Ay is the acceleration along vertical acceleration, right? Vertically the acceleration is fixed, minus g. I explained the reason also. Ay is minus g. Ay is minus g, right? T is the total time taken for this entire journey. It is time of flight t square. My aim is I want the derivation for the time of flight. So let me do some rearrangement. Right side, let me write the right side once again. U sine theta t, and this is minus half gt square, right? Minus half gt square equal to 0. You can take this term to the other side. This term can be taken to the other side. U sine theta t. Let me complete it, okay? Till that time, all of you please listen. Minus half gt square taken to the other side becomes plus 1 by 2 gt square. T and t square is there. I can cancel 1 t both sides. I can cancel 1 capital T both sides. 1 t is cancelled. So we get u sine theta equal to 1 by 2 gt. Gt is there on the numerator side, okay? 1 minute. Okay. So let me do the cross multiplication. Let me do the cross multiplication. 2 is taken to the left hand side. I mean do the cross multiplication. So left side or right side will be gt. The right side will be gt. 2 is taken to the left side, becomes 2u sine theta. I want time of flight. G is taken to the other side. This formula you have to memorize, okay? Time of flight. The time of flight is defined as the time taken by the projectile. Understood? The time taken by the projectile, that's all. Time of flight, the definition of time of flight means time taken by the projectile. Projectile means the body which is projected. Time taken by the body, by the projectile. That's all, okay? So all of you please write down. If you don't understand any step, please ask. Time of flight means the body starting from this point and moving along this curve, and finally hit the ground. The time taken by the body is said to be time of flight. I derived using this vertical motion by studying the vertical shadow, the motion of the vertical shadow. We focused. Using that, I derived the formula. Okay. All of you please write down. If you are 100% clear, not 90%. If you are 100% clear and written the derivation, raise your hand. Okay. Please remove your old raise hand. Okay. Aaron Devasri understood. Aaron Devasri understood. For Adil, Aryan, Rakshana, Raj Singh. Everyone is clear. Shivani, do you have any doubt? You can ask me, Shivani. Shivani, you can ask me. No. Okay, understood. So time of flight, this formula is very important. The derivation you have to understand. The formula also you please memorize. So one thing I derived, the time of flight, the time taken by the projectile for its motion. Okay. The next is this one. The next is very important, especially for the long jump or javelin throw or shot put. Understood? Shot put. The projectile will be thrown like this, right? In that case, the horizontal range is important. The horizontal range plays very important role. We do not care about the time of flight and the height. We don't care about the height and time of flight. This range plays very important role in the case of shot put or javelin throw. Okay. So the next is I am going to derive this one, horizontal range. Horizontal range. So next heading is this. Three formulas are there. The derivation is very important. The next is horizontal range. Horizontal range denoted by capital letter R. I will draw the diagram once again. The horizontal range formula. The body is projected moving like this. This is the horizontal range denoted by R. So listen, let us focus on the shadow, the shadow on the ground. Okay, let us focus on the motion of the shadow only. Okay, as the body moving along the curve, is the shadow moving along the ground? Yes, the shadow is moving like this, parallelly as the body is moving along the curve, the shadow moving along this straight line. The shadow has the initial velocity ux, which is u cos theta. I have already discussed that. The shadow, horizontal shadow, has the initial speed u cos theta, and acceleration of the shadow is 0. I have already discussed that. Okay, acceleration of the shadow, horizontal shadow, will be 0. So meaning that the shadow is moving with a uniform speed. Isn't correct? The shadow is moving with a uniform speed. So I want this range. The displacement is actually range. So let us start with the formula of S. Range is nothing but it is the displacement. So we need the formula of displacement S. You know that S equal to ut plus half at square, right? S equal to ut plus half at square. I am talking about the horizontal displacement. The range is the horizontal displacement. So if I put the subscript as x, if I understood, Sx means the displacement along x direction. Understood? Sx is the displacement of the horizontal shadow. Okay. If I write x below, you must put x below each letter. Time itself. Okay. So the motion from O to A. I am talking about the motion from O to A. Let me write like this. Consider the motion. The diagram you can check. Consider the motion from O to A. It is a motion along a straight line, right? So the Sx, O to A, what is the displacement? Sx. It is simply the range, right? Capital letter R. The horizontal displacement is what? It is the range. Capital letter R. Ux. Ux is u cos theta. And T. T is the time taken for the horizontal shadow from moving from O to A. The horizontal shadow start from O and finally end in A. The shadow take how much time? Time of flight, because the body take capital letter T time to reach from O to A, to travel from O to A. The same time is required for the shadow to travel from O to A. It is the parallel motion. As the body moving, parallelly the shadow is moving. The shadow take time of flight. Understood? How much time to travel from O to A? The time of flight. Understood? So the horizontal shadow take time of flight capital letter T to travel from O to A. I will clarify your doubt. Let me write the formula. Small letter t will be capital letter T. That much time is required to travel from O to A. Plus half into Ax. Ax is the acceleration along x direction. I explained that it is 0. T is the time, that is time of flight. The second term I can cancel, because 0 into any number will be 0, right? So R equal to u cos theta into time of flight. Time of flight, what is that time of flight? Time of flight is 2u sin theta by g. I have already derived that formula. Time of flight is 2u sin theta by g. mathematics is required, you will learn in trigonometry. Don't worry, there is one mathematical formula in trigonometry that I will use. If you have not studied trigonometry, you just memorize it. Okay, range equal to this, 1 minute, this u into u. Can you see two u's? U into u will be u square. U into u will be u square. Remaining terms are 2 sin theta cos theta. Remaining terms are 2 sin theta cos theta. All divided by g. Anybody, have you studied in trigonometry? It is there in maths. Maths 3rd chapter in 11th standard. There is 3rd chapter trigonometry. I don't know whether it is taken in your school. Have you studied the formula 2 sin theta cos theta? Anybody? You have not studied. Don't worry. Tell me. Devasri studied. Actually, I discussed that in mathematics. I discussed Devasri. Okay, the range equal to, you just memorize. Okay, 2 sin theta cos theta is the formula of sine of 2 theta. That it's a mathematics. Okay, it is mathematics. Its proof is not required here. Okay, sine of 2 theta, the 2 theta is inside side. Sine cos you studied in 10th standard. 2 sin theta cos theta is the formula of sine of 2 theta. That formula you will learn in mathematics trigonometry. So please memorize this formula. Horizontal range is given by u square into sine 2 theta by g. There are 3 important formulas. One is 2 formula we have studied right now. Time of flight we studied. The horizontal range we studied. All of you please write down. If you don't understand any step, you please ask. If you are 100% clear and return, raise your hand. %% clear. Aaron, Aryan, Rakshana, Raj, Devasri, Fadil, Shivani. Everyone is clear. Okay. So there is a special case. That special case is the special case. 1 minute. Suppose all of you please listen. Special case or not. Okay. All of you please listen. I have a ball. Okay, I have a ball, or I am going to hit a football. The football is placed on the ground. The football is placed on the ground. I want to hit the football with the maximum strength. I want to hit this football with the maximum strength. I have a capacity, right? With the maximum strength, I am going to hit the football. In different directions, I can hit the football with the maximum strength. Understood? I can hit in this direction or this direction, different direction. I can hit the football. If I hit the football like this, the motion will be like this. You can predict the motion. Understood? If I hit the football like this, the motion will be something like this. If I hit something like 70 degree or 80 degree, the motion of the football may be something like this. So my question is, for maximum range, at what angle should I hit the football? That is my question. All of you understood my point? I want to hit the football with my maximum strength. At what angle should I hit the football so that the maximum range I want? The maximum distance the football must travel. The range should be maximum. At what angle should I hit the football? Have you got my point? Everyone is okay? Aaron, Rakshana, Devasri, everything is, have you understood? Okay. So in this case, I want to maximize range. I want to maximize range, horizontal range. U I cannot increase further. Understood? U is the maximum force. Sorry, I am hitting the ball with my maximum force. So I cannot increase u further. I cannot increase u further. Theta I can make adjustment. Theta I can change. For what value of theta I get the maximum range. So the range, we have a formula, u square into sine of 2 theta divided by g. It should be maximum. Understood? I have to maximize this. You know that in 10th standard knowledge is sufficient. You studied that. In trigonometry you studied that sine A is maximum. You studied in 10th standard, okay, not in 11th. Sine A is maximum when A equal to 90 degree. Sine A gets the maximum value when A equal to 90 degree. Sine 30, sine 60, etc. are smaller, but sine 90 will be the maximum value, which is 1. So you studied it, okay. Sine A is maximum when the angle is 90 degree. So I want to make the adjustment in the angle so that I want the maximum range. So this one will be maximum when this angle is 90 degree. The range will be maximum when the sine 2 theta is maximum, because u I cannot increase further. Maximum strength I am hitting, okay. So the 2 theta I can adjust, I mean theta I can adjust. So this will be maximum when 2 theta equal to 90 degree. Let me complete. After that you can ask me doubt. R is maximum. R is maximum if that angle inside the sine 90 degree. That is 2 theta 90 means theta 45 degree. So I must hit the football at an angle 45 degree. In that case, in this particular case, if I hit the football at 45 degree, I will get the maximum range. If I hit at 30 degree or 60 degree, you will not get maximum range. So 45 degree is the ideal angle for the maximum range. So during long jump, or if I throw the shot put or javelin throw, I have to throw the body at an angle 45 degree with my maximum strength. With my maximum strength, the body has to be thrown at 45 degree. Then I will get the maximum range. All of you clear? Understood? Please respond. Everyone is okay?
Yes, sir.
So this one is important, okay. There will be question based on this. R is, my conclusion is this: maximum if angle of projection is 45 degree. Put it in a box. There will be problems based on this special case. Please write down. R is maximum if theta equal to 45 degree. If you are 100% clear and written, you may raise your hand. Aaron, Rakshana, Devasri, Shivani, Fadil, Aryan. All of it clear? Remember, don't forget about the exam. This week there will be exam, the second chapter, motion along a straight line. Okay. I will message the details. I mean day and time. So now it is almost 8:30. Sorry, 9:30. There is one more derivation is remaining. I will discuss the derivation in the next class. It is about the height, the maximum height attained by the body, but that part I will discuss in the next class. So let me wind up the class. If you have written everything and if you are 100% clear, then you may leave the meeting. If you have any doubt in today's class, please ask right now.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Aaron.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Rakshana.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yes, tell me.
Tomorrow, shall I join Teams for maths?
Yes. You can join at 8:15 tomorrow. Okay.
Function and into functions.
Yes. But tomorrow, instead of tomorrow, can I make it day after tomorrow?
Okay, sir.
Day after tomorrow. Tomorrow I have to travel a lot. Okay. I will be late tomorrow. Okay,